as the emerging star of Kolkata in 2018 and featured by Your Story. The Weekend Leader, Dainik Bhaskar and many such organizations is a regular speaker and moderator on topic related to the customer engagement at various platforms like ICC, RAI, PRSI, etc. So I believe such a prolific, speaker we have. So without wasting time, I'd like to invite Mr. Dipak Agarwal and request Rachna to coordinate from now. Mr. Dipak Agarwal, please, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Pradeep, for the introduction. And thank you, Rachna, for inviting me to share my uh, basic knowledge on email marketing. And if it can help all the members here, I really appreciate the word which you have put, Mr. Pradeep, that during the COVID-19, all of us are here to learn a new skill and way of marketing, which is in need of the hour or the day at the moment.
All right. So I will be just launching a poll that you had requested, Mr. Deepa.
Yeah.
Right. So people, I have launched a poll. Please answer. We have 48 people in the room. It's on your screens. Great. I have already got 4% people, 6, 10, 14, 19, 20. Wow. I have 50% of the room answering. 60. Great going. Okay. We've stopped at 80%. We've stopped at 90. Come on, 10% people who have not answered. Please hurry up and go ahead. 92%. Come on, we just have another few more of you to answer this now. Okay, so do I share the results with you, Mr. Deepak?
Yes, please.
So we have 94% and I'll wait for now last 10 seconds to make it 100. Go people.
That's a super participation. Means.
Yeah, we have 94%.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm ending the poll. And here is the results that you can see on your screens as well, I think. Yes?
Lovely. So we have a major people who are already using email as a marketing tool. And apart from that one, the people are using social media. So it's great to know. So we'll be covering in this session today, since you are not using much of print and the hoarding, how you can integrate the social media also in your email marketing campaign. And of course, I can see there are a lot of people, around 45% people are using website. So I'll be putting up a word how we can use the website as a tool for collecting more email IDs or engaging the customer. Okay. Thank you, Rachna, for the poll conducting and
Yep.
sharing the result. I'll share my screen with all of you. So today we'll be having a presentation where I have put up a slide talking about the email marketing, how we can be effective when we are doing it. We'll be having 3 another polls during this session, spread over 40-45 minutes. And post that we'll have a Q&A session. Is it good, Rachna?
Yes.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. So when I say of email marketing, there's a digital innovation which is happening, and there's a way you can run an email campaign to get an inbox landing and not spam the user. I'm not very sure how many of you know but in the world, there are more than 25,000 emails sent every day. So that leaves a mailbox clutter. And to get an open rate, because each person receives on approximate more than 60 to 65 emails per day. And there are more than 430 crore audience, around 60% of the population who has a mailbox at present. Now, when you are doing a email marketing, you can use a lot of software which are available on the platform. Like MailChimp is there, Sendinblue is there. There are many other portals which gives you the option to send a mail to your subscriber list. You need to understand the one more important thing in email marketing. At present, with the smartphone coming into picture, people are opening their mails directly from their mobile devices. And people do not wait for the mails to be opened by the web or the desktop. So 50% of the mails are open on the mobile phone. So your email creative which you are sending should be responsive, and it should be with a good subject line, because that 5 to 7 second gives a people an option or to make a choice whether they want to open your mail or not. So I'll be covering what is the importance of making a good subject line and how you can get a good open rate on the recipient end. The topics which we'll be covering today is why email marketing is important, what are its benefits, the do's and don'ts of email marketing, managing email marketing, the three mantras which can help you in email marketing, and the most important topic is how to have your own list which could be useful for your business. Since the brief which I have got from Rachna that this L&D group has a lot of professional who are a trainers profession or into learning and development profession, I'll cover those topics and keep focus how it can be helpful for such profession. So
Can
it's
I launch another poll?
yes, we can do.
Oh. So here goes another poll. We have 57 people now in the room, and this is just a short one. Okay. We've already had 26%, 30, 35, 40. Wow, that's like huge participation rate, people. We get to know what you're doing. 80%, 82. You're stuck at 85. Come on, we have what? 5-6 people only left to answer. Hurry up. Great. Come on. And I'll be ending the poll in another 5 seconds. Hurry up, the people who haven't answered. Okay, so I'm ending the poll now. So we have 91% people answering, and I'm sharing the results here. Can you see?
This is like a tie situation, I would say. Since we have a fixed audience, who has a business to business and business to consumer. Great. So the way marketing approach differ for business to business and business to consumer, uh, the topic which I have picked up today is more focused on the audience business to business, but we'll cover on the business to consumer side as well, since they are major of the part for that one also. Let us all imagine the audience on which we'll be talking about are our business owners or the people who are using the email or normal the smartphone for the business purpose. if I talk of them, there was a survey or the poll which says most of the people respond, apart from the normal calls they make or receive, the phones for the email activity. So the that portion occupies 78% as part of replying or maybe composing a mail and sending for the business purpose. The consumers, the business owners, 91% of the people checks their mail daily. There is a stats which says that the email marketing gives us 73% ROI and is very effective apart from the social media because you have a quick response in email marketing. And the B2B companies rely on email marketing as a channel for lead generation. This is most effective. At present in the world, more than 60% of the population is having the mailbox and it's growing rapidly and expected by 2025 to reach a number of 73 to 77%. What are the benefits when we are running our email marketing? We get a highly targeted audience which are responsive. You get a quick response from them in a shorter period of time. You can measure when you are running an email campaign how many people have opened your mail, how many people have clicked on the mail. There's a tool by many of the companies which can help you to understand which part of the portion of the mail they are clicking on. You need to maintain a bounce rate of less than 1% for effective mailbox activity. You can also put up the social shares icon on your email activity so that it can help a consumer to visit your website and the social Facebook page or the LinkedIn or the Twitter relevant. Because as you have seen, people are connected on the smartphone and opens a mail directly from the mobile phone. It is very effective because people are logged into their social account. You can test and refine the result. There are a few mechanisms like A/B testing to be done, where what you can do, you can put up two different subject line and run a pilot campaign for say 5% of the recipient, and understanding which subject line has a better open rate, you can send out a remaining 90-95% of your mail with that subject line which has got a better result. There's a marketer Anne Handley which says the email marketing is all about an art. It's not a complete science that you put in and you get a result. You need to always keep on making a renovation or change in the content for a better result. As I have shared earlier, this email marketing gives you the better conversion rate, which is 60% more effective than the Facebook or any social media if done in a right way. And it is very cost effective and economical way for marketing for B2B business. There are few do's and don'ts of email marketing. When you are running an email marketing campaign, please understand, be at the shoe of the recipient. Will you open a mail just 60 mails in a day? The answer would be no. Will you open a mail with a subject line which is of no interest to you? Like we keep on receiving a mail for credit card, bank loan, or maybe shopping at online site. So you need to change the content, the way you push it, the sender name, the subject. So subject is very effective if you make it personalized. Like many of you are here a business coach or leader, you must have seen there are a lot of literature which can be put as a free content. So you can make a subscriber to subscribe to your mailbox and receive a 15 days content on how to improve their business. You can put up a similar content or series of content, and once he's opening your mail, say out of 15 he has opened out 10 or 7 mails or maybe a 15 mails, you can start sending him a relevant offers depending on the frequency he has opened the mail. You can also, when you're sending a different mail, say third of mail of the series, you can put up a banner in the email with a special offer if he signs for a paid course for your business today. You can keep on sending a newsletter to them. Also, it is very important when you're running an email marketing to measure the metrics, because if you're just doing it blindly, you will not be able to improve this art and keep on doing just a task activity. There's a small point when you're building up your website, it has been noticed that in B2B business,
Emma, hello.
the most common section or the popular section is about us. So you must have a subscription button on the about us section of the website. As I have said, in email marketing, it is very important to understand the recipient inbox, because if you are just spamming it, they will unsubscribe with a simple click button and you will lose the subscriber which you have got after a real hard work. So to make an audience and to maintain it is requires your attention, your always rework on the analytics. So these are the few points which you should keep in mind. Defining what is the purpose of running an email campaign. Just don't do that. You have picked up a list and you send out some content which is irrelevant. You need to make a communication strategy that after they open the mail, what would be your action, how you'll be reaching out to them. The creative need attention. The result need to be analyzed, and if there is a challenge, what is the solution for that one? All those things should be taken care to get a better inbox landing and a ROI from an email campaign. Rachna, can we run the third poll?
Lunch to poll. Yep.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, people. So I hope you are going to try email marketing now, because what I can see is 82% people have answered. People, please choose to answer, because your vote counts and gives us an idea about how you are operating your business and how are you engaging with your customer. And if you want to get better strategies, Dipak is there to help us with that. Come on, 89%. We need to hit back our 94%. All right. Another 10 seconds for the poll to go. Please answer. Okay, so we have 91% people answering, and the results are this. Can you see the results?
Yes, I can see the result. That's I would say I think this topic will help people to understand how they can use email marketing. And anytime if you need any help, I'm there to help you in running that.
So it says people who have tried the software is only 23%, whereas 77% of us present here have not even used an email marketing system.
So this don'ts are for the people 23%, and for 70 10% are the do's of the email marketing.
Right. Okay. So moving ahead.
Yeah. So when you're running an email marketing, do remember the recipient needs to look at what's in it for me. As I said, he gets a 60 mail, and if your timing or your content are not good, he's not going to open it. And if he opens the creative or the mailbox, he needs to get a complete message what for the purpose it has been sent to me. Just don't send it because you wanted to send it. Put an important subject line. The subject line can have a emoji. It can be personalized. There should be a call to action where they need to call if they're interested to buy a product or want to subscribe to your mailbox or maybe a visit to your YouTube channel. Or the images should be very clear and explaining to them. Do not use words like few spam word like buy, cheap or bargain into the subject. Even I would not suggest to put these words into the main content of the email. I'll share one of the experience I had while I was running a campaign for one of the leading travel company. They had a 6 team member who are from places like IM, IT. There was a mail they were running to around 3 million subscriber, 30 lakh, and there was a word free. When we were writing this word in a capital word FREE, all the mails were landing into a spam. And when we changed the word to F capital REE small, it started landing into inbox. Because what happens is when you are sending a mail, the ISP internet service providers recognizes email service provider whose IPs you are using to sending a mail. I know these are all technical word. I'll try my best to explain this. ISP are the people like Google, Rediff, Yahoo. There are around 36 major ISP players. Those classify the mails depending and checking the content which you have on the website. So for example, if you're running a consultancy, HR consultancy business, and you suddenly start sending a mail which talks about a travel business, the robot at their end at the ISP will go to your website automatically and check what is the business of this person who is sending this mail. If they find a mismatch into the business line, they start classifying the mails into a spam folder. The Google has a policy if you are sending a mail to someone and the mails is not opened 3 times by the recipient, the mail will be classified into a spam folder. Don't bombard your customer's inbox every day with emails. We need to maintain a good frequency of sending a mail, and that pattern should be followed in a disciplined manner. The personalization has played a very important role. 61% of customers are satisfied with your marketing campaign if you personalize it. Because marketing is all about innovation and you need to keep on changing the way you are running any marketing campaign. We'll talk a few things here which could be useful when this more than 70% people will start running an email marketing software. However, when you are running a email marketing for B2B one-to-one relationship building also, all this secret or the things can be used which can be useful for your business. What is the content which you are putting? The right message to the right person at the right time. So there has been a lot of survey which has been conducted and it has been seen that like Wednesday 4 p.m. is a good time for running a campaign for B2B. So how it differs, many of my customer or the people ask, what is the right time? I answer in the way, it completely depends on your business and the audience you are trying to reach. For example, if you run a real estate company and your audience is mass audience or salaried class people, you need to send a mailer in the lunchtime. But if your audience or the recipient are the people, the business owners, do not look at sending a mails at the lunchtime. Rather, they will be free from their schedule of completing all the bank transaction, share market overview, everything around 4 o'clock. Because generally the business owners are seen, they complete their work, they reach office, they make an allocation and are free after a 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. So if you have chosen to send a mail to both the audience at 1 o'clock, what will happen? A lot of mails will come into the inbox of the business owners at 1 to 4 o'clock, and you may have a high chance that your mail will be neglected by them. So the same effort which you have put can give a result when you are reaching out to masses, but when you are reaching out to B2B, it is very important to send them at a 4 o'clock time. I'll take one another example to give you an idea. I have seen few of the business doing a mistake. They send a payment reminder because sometimes it is very important for them at 10 o'clock to a person, or maybe 11 o'clock going to direct to the office. The first thing to do in the send a payment reminder. Hold on. Think if you would have been and your vendor sending a mail to you for a payment reminder at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, the first thing in the office to do, you would have not liked it. I'm using this word because all are the business owners and looks for the opportunity. So when you are going for the office, you are looking for the opportunity, a client order, a PO to come, and not a reminder of for the vendor. I know I have seen a lot of business who has a regular payment cycle. So if that would have been the case, they would have done it at the right time. So if you need to send a payment reminder, send it after a 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, those good time. There's another thing I'll share on the right time because that is a very important thing for running a good campaign. We were running a campaign for a client, uh, their end customer from the Australia and US international client. We have seen what the time in India was like. Say in the morning, office timing is 8 o'clock there. If we are sending a mail at 8 to 10, we get a better response. But when we are sending this mail of their office timing at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, we have a 50% dip in the responses. So we changed that one. The other main important thing is when you are running an email marketing, when you have made a strategy, please follow with a right frequency. For B2B, it could be like a weekly. For B2C, it could be twice in a week. For a B2C clients like restaurant, it could be thrice a week. For them, Friday is a good time. Sunday morning is a good time. But if Domino's choose to make a email campaign with a special offer just only on Holi and Diwali, or maybe on a Sunday night, the consumer will not be waiting for those mailers. This is a very economical way of reaching to customer, letting them know about your business. To give you an idea, if you are running a campaign once a week, it means 52 times in a year. And even if you buy any email marketing software, say for example, it costs you 5-10 paise, it will not cost you more than a 5 rupees or 10 rupees for engaging with your customer. So personalization means sending a mail with a subject line, dear Rachna, you have rupees 500 off at Flipkart. Dear Rachna, where would you like to travel this summer? I'm sorry I'm telling about the travel in this COVID-19 situation, but giving a general example, I'll tell you one of the biggest success I have seen in my 7-8 years experience of Flipkart running a campaign with a data personalization. They sent out a mailer to the user with a subject, Dear Deepak, you have an anniversary today. Means I was shocked getting a mail from Flipkart telling me about the anniversary. Have I forgotten my anniversary? So I was about to get a call from my wife scolding me. No, the Flipkart personalized the first date of my buying at Flipkart and 1 year completion. They sent out a mail to me wishing an anniversary and giving me 500 rupees off if I make a decision to buy a product today. So that is a superb case of personalization and using the data in a dynamic way. There are companies and we are in an era where we are seeing people running an email campaign. We call it a dynamic email. Uh, I would not say this very relevant for the basic users, but if someone is using email marketing like 20-30% people, how it happens is you go to the Flipkart, you buy a product. I am a male, I have brought a blue shirt. So Flipkart records all the data attributes. And when they design an email, they put it like a dynamic content. So the people who have either brought or chosen any blue color apparel from their cart will get a mail with all the product. Just mind it, all the products according to his gender and according to his color preference. So if Mr. Pradeep gets a mail from Flipkart and his preference is blue color, he will get shirts, jeans, all those. Where when Rachna gets a mail from Flipkart, she will get about the top, about the female apparel. If she has chosen a gray color or maybe a pink color, so all the apparel which will be given as an option will be of those colors. So that is a way the personalization dynamic campaign is being run. What we do at 1x and how we guide the client, we make them understand the list which you have is the biggest money you have. If you are losing on the list, you are actually losing on your money or the business chances. You should always think of how you can increase your subscriber, and there are a lot of strategy which can be used. Like one of the strategy I have shared, put a website with a subscription button so that people who are reading your content can subscribe to your newsletter. You can always collect the subscribers from offline event activity also. A lot of time you can also put up a ebook which people can download and subscribe to your mailbox. So for example, we have 2 lakh plus people in my list, and we are looking to grow this list to 1 million people by the end of this year. So you should always have, because the more the number of people are receiving your mail, the same strategy which you are putting can help you to get more and more money for your business. We did one handler agency who are working with Tata Steel Asiana, where they were getting an open rate of 2%, 3%. We helped them to run our email campaign with a warm-up strategy by which they were able to get a 15 to 17% open rate. For the people who will be starting the email marketing software, you will be asked by the software provider to make few changes like SPF and other changes on your domain DNS setting, do remember to start with a small warm-up plan. Don't try to send a mails to all of your list altogether. When I say warm-up plan, it should be like sending a 500 mail one day, 1000 tomorrow, and then growing in a small quantity instead of sending to the whole audience. Okay. Rachna, can I request you for the last poll which we had?
Yes. Come on, people. 15, 16, 64. All right. So people, while answering, 77%. Come on, people. We have few more people to answer. 10 more people to answer. Cool. Go ahead. Go ahead. I hope, Mr. Vittal, that answers your question on what is exactly personalization. Personalizing, please message back in the chat box. Are there any questions while we have the poll going on? Yep. So I'll take another 10 seconds and stop the poll. Okay, so there is a chat box question which is there, which talks about till I do this.
Yeah, I can see like.
You'll take all of these questions later, right?
Yes, we can take it later. Because many of the topics or the question would be relevant and covered in the presentation.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm ending the poll right now. Okay. So what is the purpose to attend this session today? A lot of you all have said, 64% of you all over here said to learn about email marketing. And only 36%, that is 19 of you, say that it is only to improve your email marketing. Can you all see the results? Okay.
I've tried my best to share a few of the insight on how to learn email marketing. This is a way of always increasing and improvising. I'll share one of the case study which could be relevant for you to make and understand how the email marketing could be useful and how a leading payment gateway company like PayPal has improved their business by the email marketing. So I'm sure all of you know about PayPal as the payment gateway company who facilitate the international transaction also. I'll share the secret or the mantra which they have implemented in their business. And they have got a superb response by this campaign. This will help you to understand how you should also design your email marketing campaign. So when you're running an email marketing campaign and designing a content, do remember you are sending it to a person and not to a system. You need to have a relation or a connection with the person before he takes an action. So in advertising, we follow a golden principle which says about attention, you get interest, desire, and action. So if suppose a people company just send a mail that download my app, people would not be interested. How beautiful they have done for one of the campaign where we're promoting you can split your bills. They shown a creative of people together and all of them enjoying their meals, and it mentioned good food, good friends, good way to split the bill. And the solution is a PayPal for splitting the bill. So if people are interested and they have a purpose, they will download the app and use the service. Your own list, which is very important. I have seen that there was a chat on asking what is the minimum user base to start a campaign. There's no minimum requirement. You can start with 200, 500, and as your list is growing, you can keep on adding those email IDs. My suggestion would be before running an email campaign, there are few software which can give you an option to validate those email IDs, validate them, because if your bounce rate is higher than 1%, your mails service provider can block your service, like MailChimp and other. When you're making a subscriber list, try to collect as much as detail you could. The name could be good, the gender could be good, the organization name could be good. Try to split the first name and last name into a two section and maintain a format so that when you are personalizing an email campaign, have an option to send it like Dear Mr. Agarwal or Dear Mr. Gupta, Dear Neha, Hi Neha. Those kind of personalization is possible. In case you're looking at retaining customer for your business, you can look at mentioning a line which says how you have started a journey with them. You can always give a content which is more like a personalization and a special offer for them. So make it like a word like limited and those kind of words which can help them in running a campaign. So this was from our end. I'll just summarize what we have spoke today and then we'll move for the Q&A session. Is this good, Rachna?
Yeah, I think you mentioned about certain softwares. Could you please expand on that softwares that you mentioned before you close?
Okay. So there are a lot of companies like MailChimp, Sendinblue, Cheetah. You can go online. There are MailChimp company which provides up to sending a 2000 email subscriber at a free of cost. So you can use that one. Sendinblue allows you to send 300 emails per day. You can send that one. The software companies charges you on two model, either on the subscriber list or on the basis of email which you are sending. So you can look at them. We talked about the email marketing. It is very effective. Most of the business owners respond to the emails. The sender is very important. The sender name which you are putting. Don't play around with that one. The subject is very important. Make it personalized. You can make the content also personalized. If you can put up a HTML content, there are a lot of software companies which are providing it free tools. It has a good impact. You can make a personalization. You can give a link of your social media icons. You can also put up a special offer so that there's a limited time for the people to act on that one. There are few do's and do's of the email marketing. If required, I will share this presentation with Rachna and she can share it with us.
Yes, you can share.
Okay. I'll share the list of the email few companies which are providing the email marketing. Okay.
Can we open up the room for the question and answers because I'm chat. Hello. Hello. Okay.
Hello.
Yes. Can we stop the screen share at this point of time so that I can see people here and yeah, thank you. Okay. So yes, who wants to ask? Yes, please. I'm putting everybody on mute. Please unmute yourself and ask your question. I Artho Chakravarti typing something as a question. Could you please go ahead and ask your question?
Richa, should we answer the people who have asked on the chat, or should we take on?
Yeah, I will. I'm just taking the questions. Yeah. Okay. So this question is from Prasanna HR. Any suggestion on which is the best? I am sure best email marketing software when we target B2B segment.
There's nothing like best. I have mentioned few which are good. Mailchimp is good. Um, you can try that one if you have a subscription list of up to 2000. Sendinblue is good, and those could be very useful. Mailchimp has a lot of advantage, I would say, um, because they can give you a social icon connection and all. If you have grown your subscriber list to 1 lakh, you can go to any private companies and take a service from them also, because that would be more economical.
Okay. Okay. Then next is Mr. Jaydeep Juneja. He's asking, what is maximum subscriber base to use email marketing software? Minimum. Sorry, I think that you have already answered.
Yes.
Sorry. Which website to check email validation? Is it free?
There are a lot of websites like SPF Valid Call, and once you type on the Google, you will get. Uh, there are few companies who provides a free software. However, there are few companies after a particular subscriber list, they charge on the per validation, like 1 cent per email ID.
Can you please suggest some paid and free email marketing companies? I think we've answered that. Checking the validity of email IDs. How can we do that?
What I will do, I will share a list also of the few relevant site for checking those IDs. However, I leave it to the audience to choose or select that one, because each one has their privacy policy and other logic. So I'm not looking at promoting anyone. I'll give a link of those one for your reference.
Okay, thank you. So the next question is from which CRM you suggest with MailChimp? Microsoft 650 or HubSpot? This is
Mr. Jaydeep, I would suggest a Microsoft 365 is very economical also, and has a lot of advantage with the current package they are offering. So it's much better if you integrate with Microsoft 365. However, it depends on your subscriber and the business model. If it's more of inbound marketing, then the HubSpot would be a good option.
all right. So Mr. says, hi, Mr. Deepak. Thank you for your valuable teaching. I'm affiliate marketing professional and I'm getting, I think this is just a response. I will check.
Get response, the software.
Yeah. So can you actually enlighten about GetResponse and ConvertKit? I think these are the two softwares which are also high ranking, but what is the difference and what they help in?
So GetResponse is also a good software. However, their support system is not very easy, I would say, as compared to my preference, as compared to Mailchimp and Sendinblue. I have not used ClickBank, so I would not be able to comment on that one. However, as I can see, he has a few query on regard to SPF and DKIM. Yes, the SPF is the settings which you need to make senders policy framework when you are trying to send a mail by using any service provider. So SPF update is very much required. DKIM is also very important in inbox landing.
Okay. So can you explain how email marketing and content marketing can go hand in hand?
Sorry, can you repeat, Rachna?
Yeah. Can you explain how email marketing and content marketing can go hand in hand?
Okay, so the content is a part of your email marketing, and like if you do not have a good subject or the content or a good offer, people would not be responding to it. So email marketing is more about a visibility which you are getting from the people. I'll put up a simple example. Suppose you are looking at any video on YouTube or maybe a Facebook. If the content is not good, you will not watch it, even if it's on YouTube. So the content has to be very effective for email marketing. Like the image should be good, the subject should be good, the word should be in relevant. So the words which was there on the presentation is what's in it for me, at the recipient what he is getting. You should keep in mind that one while creating a content.
How to increase the open rate of emails?
That is a very important thing. What we have done in recent time, try to send a mailers to yours opener subscriber list. That will give a good open rate. Change the frequency or the subject. If required, do a A/B testing. Send it to say if you have 100 subscriber, send it to 5 subscriber with a different subject and a different subject. Understanding how the people are opening the mail, put up the subject. And just giving you one secret which I have seen with more than 200 business, the frequency is the main key. If you are maintaining that one, people will remember they are about to get a mail from Mr. Pradeep on every Tuesday. So if they miss the mail, they will look for it. So that is a good thing. The content is very important for getting a good open rate.
Deepak, this is one question I think which I have from my side. There are times when I am sending a bulk email to people, and there are certain people who never open my email. So, and as you know, we are charged per subscriber to our list or per validated account. So, can we actually remove them from our list, or can we just send them? So, because I remember, I think I was a subscriber with Jay Shetty, and he says you haven't opened my email for last 10 days. And if you don't open further, we will close down or we will remove you from our subscriber list. Something can that, is it okay to do something like that?
Yes, it is very important, Rachna, because if you're sending it to a subscriber base and say out of that 95% people are not opening your mail, so the chances goes into a spamming of your mail.
Mm-hmm.
The software companies which provide bulk email, they have an option. You can remove those people who have not opened the mail.
Mm-hmm.
What my suggestion would be, when you are sending a mail, suppose 5% people have opened a mail and 95% have not opened a mail in last 3 times, what you should do a special offer for them with a subject line which excite them to open a mail.
Okay.
And on the other side, Mr. J. Shetty, which you was mentioning, there's an option when you're running a campaign with MailChimp and other service provider, you can do an automation that if a person has not opened a mail in 3 times, 7 times, you can set a series of mail for them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Deepak Bhattacharya here.
Yes,
Okay.
Mr. Bhattacharya.
Well, like 77% of the people who are there in this room have never used a email software. Okay. Now, what are the steps? Like, do we get our house in order rather than going straight away to MailChimp and saying, like, look, we'll buy your software or we'll use your software. So if you can suggest what are the steps for people like us before we approach the software company and all that.
That's a nice question for benefit of 77% people here in the room. First of all, Mr. Deepak, we need to understand what is the purpose of running a campaign. And these steps which will involve is making a few settings on the website. So you should have a valid website. Ideally, it is suggested to have a website which is 6 months old with all the live website. When I say live website, it should have a about us, services, contact us, all the section on the website. Mm-hmm. And then you can make a few settings on the required DNS service provider and then you can start running the email marketing campaign.
Okay.
I'm not going on the content part and how the subscriber list, because these software companies had made it like DIY concept. So you can design the maybe a Holi or Diwali content also using their software DIY concept.
Okay.
Okay. Was I able to answer your question?
Yeah. Generally, the software company also have a database, or you go with your own database?
No. So, sorry, I cut it you over. You complete your question?
No, that's what it is.
Does the software
provide?
company like MailChimp or Converted, do they offer a database or they don't?
No. So as per the law, Indian law, you cannot send a mail to the people who have not subscribed to your mailbox, who have not given a permission to you. However, there are few companies like affiliate marketing. So like my company is tied up with 130 publisher, where we have a tie-up with IRCTC, Flipkart, HDFC Bank. So if you want to send a mail to a frequent flyer audience, you go to IRCTC and they will provide a list to you. They will not share the data with you. You can share the content with them and they will run a campaign. This is called affiliate marketing.
Okay.
Mr. Deepak, I have a question. My name is Devdeep Mitro.
Yeah, Devdeep.
Sometime back, you saying that customer has gone to a departmental store or a store like Pantaloon or any other store and purchased a particular shirt of particular color.
Mm-hmm.
So that store starts now sending mail to those people who have purchased a shirt blue color or a particular color.
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, does these companies use artificial intelligence in running this campaign, identifying these customers, running a specific campaign?
Okay, so the case I was mentioning was for an e-commerce store.
Right.
When you make a transaction, they collect all this data.
Right.
And there was a ITO meet at Flipkart. The CTO of Flipkart said the kind of data they have at present, they can also predict which guy is going to marry which girl. So you have the attributes collected, and then it's more important to send it a personalized email.
Okay.
Of course, the artificial intelligence which you are saying uh, could be used, but it's not that only with the artificial intelligence you can do AI. You don't need a bots or something. If you have collected the data from the offline mode also, you can do this.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
More questions? I think, have I left anybody's question? All right.
Mr. Agarwal, I'm Ajit Pati. I have a question, right? If I am running a campaign and I want to send a one-to-one mail to the customer, so my question is ki what it should be a content-centric mail, or it should be a graphic-centric mail, or it should be a mix of it. And if it is carrying a content, ideally what size of content it should have.
Mr. Ajay, if I can know what business you are into.
Basically, I'm working as a training manager in life insurance. So my question was specific to life insurance.
Okay. So when you say about life insurance, think of a recipient who are concerned with the insurance.
Okay.
Some kind of return or maybe a life security, that would be the purpose. So if I look at that business, the graphical would be much better way of explaining it. Because if I get a literature, say of around 10 lines explaining ki I should do insurance if I die due to COVID-19 or traveling, I may not like to read those 10 lines. But if there is a picture which can explain, which are called infographic, like if I die, my family would be getting this much amount, I would be very happy. On the other hand, if it's a return ROI based graphic, so if I can show it in a graphical manner, like 18% return, it will have a more impact than writing it on the words, I would say.
Okay. Any other question?
This is Victoria. Can I ask one last question?
Yes.
I think I had asked about, see, we are all, at least I am a trainer, and when we send some email to some companies, we make some attachments. Is it a good way to attach? Because when they open up the attachment, they see what is a program that I'm offering and what is that doing. If that be the case, what should be the size, or we should never have an attachment, or just send the content in the email itself?
So what is said is about when you are sending an email marketing to mass audience, like you are sending it to 10 lakh, 20 lakh, 30 lakh people at a time, it is much better if you can send it in a HTML format.
Okay.
So when you are sending a HTML mail, like a Flipkart or a Shopcluse mail which you get, are in a 7 KB size.
Okay.
So they convert the attachment whole into a graphical format, and then they convert it into a HTML format.
Okay.
Right now, what we have seen in email marketing innovation to a level where we have run a campaign for a client on 31st December 2019 that with a graphic that this is the last day of year, and there was of course a time running 7 hours to end the year or the offer. We hosted that image on our server, and we changed the image after 12 o'clock. So if he opens the mail on 1st January 2020, the email will be wishing him Happy New Year instead of saying on the 1st January, okay, this is end of 2019. Okay. So the video, the image could also be dynamic.
Okay.
However, if you're sending it for the B2B purpose or one-to-one follow-up mail, you can make an attachment. I would suggest host your attachment at any of the website and give a hyperlinking of that attachment, so it is easier for the people to download also.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Krishna, there was a question from Sayag. I'll just answer for the benefit of others.
Yeah.
Shaik, you have asked the average email marketing industry. We have seen the open rate of 1%, 2%, I would say, when we are doing a mass campaign. When we are doing it for B2B, we see up to a 5% to 10%. 20% is a good open rate. If you use few strategy like good content and a regular frequency, and your recipient are very active, you can get a 30 to 40% open rate. So the main strategy which you should use is the content and the frequency, I would say.
So I have one more question over here. So I think we might not be having too much of data with us or something like that, or we are just starting up as trainers or coaches. So how do we build our initial email community, people?
So how about an idea where you can maybe collaborate with someone? Say for example, I don't know about much people, but someone is into a HR and some other people is giving a training on the business coaching. So there could be an ebook collaboration where post COVID-19, how you need to be ready on the HR and sales part. And you can make a landing page or ask the people to subscribe to get those ebook. So this will help you to increase your subscriber base.
Okay. So just this is another one curious question is, so for people like starters like us, is it okay to go ahead and enroll with the companies which offer such kind of a services?
The email marketing software?
Yes, for companies which are doing not just the software, but they also help us with the mailing list.
I would not suggest to start with those companies who do a mailing list, because if you are trying that one, we have seen in Calcutta and across India many brands who have lost their domain. So suppose, Rachna, you are sending a mail to a list which you buy on the online in the grey market, 50,000 list, and you upload and send it, the chances of your regular mails going into spam increases.
Mhm.
Plus, if the ISP, which I was talking about, block your domain. So I have seen one of the leading jewelry company in Calcutta. Um, they had a .com and now they are operating on .net, because they tried to send it on some random list and it got blocked, and now they are not able to get a .com again.
Ah, okay. So there is one more question from Mr. Jaideep Janeja. What is your model of working with clients? That is your range of services and what you offer.
Mm. So if you allow, can I share one video?
Yeah, if, it should be beneficial for everyone if he's asked.
I'll share how we help clients and benefit them. So this is for a client. I was saying we have done it for Tata Tiscon. So he's sharing his thoughts how it has benefited their business. I'm Dinesh Agarwal from. Rachna, the screen is visible now.
Yeah, the screen is.
Communication and events. So we at Weave take care of all the creatives and branding requirements of our clients. Recently, we conducted an email marketing campaign with Onyx Solutions. We chose the company, seeing their market reviews and their establishment in the email and SMS marketing here in Calcutta. And this campaign was for Tata Steel Asia, one of our clients. We generally hesitate a lot in selecting an agency for such campaigns, because we don't know whether the campaign is actually reaching to our clients or not. Because of the unique warm-up plan, our campaign was well received by the clients. So the email open rate was 14.6%, which is quite high compared to other agencies providing in the market, which actually give like 7 to 8%. So we were quite impressed with the services provided by the Onyx Solutions. So we're pretty impressed with the response rate. And so, as I said, the Cheyenne, the person who was in charge of this whole campaign, he was readily available for whatever requirements we had, and we were quite impressed with the services provided by the agency. So to answer, Jaideep, as you have seen one of the client view.
हेलो फ्रेंड्स, मैं दीपक अग्रवाल, आपका बिजनेस कंसल्टेंट। अगर आप अपने बिजनेस को ग्रो करना चाहते हैं तो
Any more questions? Okay, so as I would like to thank Mr. Dipak Agarwal on behalf of L&D Global Chapter. And before we move ahead anywhere else, and I will ask all of you all to open up your videos so that we can take a picture of this meeting. Hi, Saya, and a nice wave to you back. Hi, that name is a little more difficult for me.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm smiling everyone and the picture. Just a second. Okay, I have it. I have it. I have it. I have it in the other window as well. Yes, I have covered everyone. All right. So I would like Mr. Mahapatra to formally thank Mr. Agarwal for the session.
Thank you so much, Mr. Deepak, for the wonderful and insightful, discussion about email marketing. See, we have been using emails in our day-to-day life, but how it will be effectively helping us in our business platforms, that is definitely the call of today. So, thank you so much. I'm pretty sure all the participants will get the benefit out of it. And thanks to all the participants when you all joined and made this session successful. Thank you so much. And also appeal all the non-members of L&D, those who are interested to join with us. Please connect with any of the members in our chapter. We have got core committee members here, like Rachna is there. Many of you must be having contact about Rachna or Lakshmi Madam, Devdeep, Mr. Madhusudan Datta, our chapter director, right, or me also, and Partha Chakravarti. So you can contact any of us. Please join us for the further sessions. And thanks to all the core committee members and Rachna, we did a wonderful job. Thank you so much. Mr. Deepak, thank you so much again. If you would like to say any parting words, most welcome.
Thank you, Rachna. Thank you, Mr. Pradeep.
Your voice is not audible, Mr. Deepak.
Is it audible now?
Yeah.
Thank you, Rachna. And thank you, Mr. Pradeep. It was a good session for me to go with COVID-19 slide this time on explaining how you will do it. At any time, if any of the members need any assistance,
Can you share your contact number so that maybe in case anybody will be interested to take your